Your name is Tom. Your name is Tom. You live just off of 5th Street. Nice car, Tom. Nice house. What's not so nice is you owe Pennsylvania $4,212 in back taxes. Listen, Tom, we can make this easy. Pay online by June 18th, and we'll skip your penalty and take half off your interest. Because, Tom, we do know who you are.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Global Government News. Today is August 19th, 2010, and I'm Darko. This video is going to be Big Brother all the way, and I have a bunch of stuff to cover in this video. Big Brother will never stop, I don't think, in our lifetimes, and it's kind of unfortunate and sad at the same time that we're going to see how far Big Brother will go. When I say Big Brother, I'm just talking about the elites, a little apparatus they use for tracking their slaves. Everything's going to happen like it has been really fast, like in the past 100 years. And in the next 100 years, I would bet my my little pinky toe, hey, maybe even my big toe, I'd bet that we would start having out of the womb births, and that the state would be will be in control of children, of births, the amount of births and the type of births. And I believe that in the next 100 years we will get to that point, because right now, I mean, I'm covering all these articles, and it's just, I look around and I see like we're not really moving in the direction that we should be. So my mission here is just to keep covering the insanity, and hopefully we can try to make some sense out of it. This is called Advanced Military Satellite Launches into Orbit. Atlas rocket-carrying military satellite that transmits in real time launches into orbit. And this is from August 14th. Covering this because it ties in with a couple other articles that I'll be covering. An Atlas V rocket carrying a national security communications satellite is in orbit after an early morning launch. The rocket launched at 7 a.m. Saturday from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. Said it took into space the first series of new satellites that will be used for advanced military data. Advanced military data, you like that? There's a thing called, what is it, geospatial intelligence that they have now. They've kind of had it. It's kind of like enemy of the state, and they pretty much just put in a new director, and they signed some contracts with these private companies, and so the technology already exists. They're just now implementing it fully, and you're paying for it. So the Advanced Extremely High Frequency Satellite, made by Lockheed Martin, nice military industrial complex company, has 10 more times capacity and moves data 6 times more efficiently than the 5 Milestar 2 communication satellite currently in use. The higher data rates can send video, battlefield maps, targeting data, and other communications in real time. The program will put 6 satellites into orbit over the next decade at a cost of $12.4 billion. This is from the AP. This next article is from the Register. Second live test of U.S. ray gun jumbo delayed by glitch. Nork bust blast cannon now set for Saturday. Sky fry. What a weird title. This is from August 19th, 2010. Said the United States Radical Jumbo Jet mounted ICBM blasting laser cannon was set for its most ambitious test yet last night, in which it would have fried a missile in flight for more than 100 miles off. However, technical hitches have delayed the test until the weekend. The trial was announced by the U.S. Defense Department in a statement on Tuesday, at which time it was expected that the laser jumbo would shoot down its second missile above the Californian firing range earlier yesterday. Thus far, the ray gun has shot down 1 missile at a relatively close range, which could be inconvenient in operational use. The plane would have to fly dangerously close to the enemy missile silo or pad or penetrating defenses to do so. And let's just take a quick look at the video here. And I was listening to Alan Watts' show yesterday, and he was talking about a Time magazine article from 1929, where one of the elites, a lord from Britain, was talking about how they had basically ray guns technology in the 20s, and we're still using bullets. It's like we're still using combustible cars. And Alan Watt was basically breaking it down, saying how they purposely do this. We could have, we could be using ray guns instead of bullets. We could be using, hovering cars that run off electric and all this other stuff instead of gas. But everything that technology that comes to them or comes down to us comes through them, and it gets filtered. So when they're done using it and it's obsolete to them and they can control it, then it gets filtered down to society, to the slaves. That technology, of course, is funded by you. The R&D is funded by you and then is used against you to track you. This article is Smile aerial images being used to enforce laws. I covered this briefly, but I'm just going to read a few first paragraphs because it's interesting, very big article, and it's worth covering. On New York's Long Island, it used to prevent drownings in Greece. It's a tool to help solve a financial crisis. Municipalities update property assessment roles and other government data with it. Some in law enforcement use it to supplement reconnaissance of crime suspects. Some, huh? Really? That's what it was made for. High-tech eyes in the sky, from satellite imagery to sophisticated aerial photography that maps entire communities, are being employed in creative new ways by government officials, a trend that civil libertarians and others fear are eroding privacy rights. Well, we have no rights really anymore, so I don't... As technology advances, we have to revisit questions about what is and what is not the private information, says Gregory Nohim, senior counsel at the Washington, D.C.-based Center for Democracy and Technology. Says online services like Google and Bing give users very detailed images of practically any location on the planet. Though some images are months old, they make it possible for someone sitting in a living room in Brooklyn to look in on folks on Dublin or Prague, or even down the street in Flatbush. And of course that ties in with this government using Google Earth to loot destitute Americans. Just going to read the first paragraph because, like I said, I covered this, but I just want to tie it all together. Aerial imaging technology is being used by the government to spy on Americans in an effort to collect revenue and enforce ordinances on swimming pools without safety certificates, junk cars being stored without permission, unlicensed porches, and a myriad of other petty transgressions that the state is feeding off in a complete violation of the Fourth Amendment to suck citizens dry of whatever income they have left after being looted of trillions of dollars in the wealth that the state has transferred to foreign banks. And that's exactly what it is, like I said. Title of this is Spain Investigates Google Street View Wi-Fi Snooping. Spain has become the latest country to launch an investigation into the collection of sensitive Wi-Fi data by Google. This is from BBC News Technology, and it's from August 17th. Google has admitted that its Street View cars has, quote, accidentally collected data from unsecured Wi-Fi networks in more than 30 countries. A Google rep has now been summoned to appear before a judge in Myriad October 4th. Man, Google, this is nuts, dude. Their offices were raided in Korea just a couple of days ago for, I don't know, it has something to do with privacy. I mean, it's just madness. This is in response to a complaint by a privacy watchdog called Epidanica. The Google representative has been summoned to explain what data has been collected and how it was obtained and a number of people affected. This is from my neck of the woods. Cameras keep eye on state fairgoers. I caught this in the local news section on my Yahoo homepage, and it said, for the second year in a row, people who attend the Illinois State Fair can expect to be on camera in certain areas of the fairgrounds. Illinois State Police are using surveillance cameras again this year, particularly in high-traffic areas such as the carnival, to more easily monitor large crowds. Doesn't it just make you feel like a sheep? Like I mentioned before in a video, I kind of keep to myself, and I don't go out much, and I don't like crowds. And that's for that is the reason right there. Like in Germany, where all those people got trampled. But camera use has nothing to do with manpower, despite state budget woes. Wolf said the state police have not reduced the number of troopers patrolling the fairgrounds, although he would not disclose the specific number of troopers assigned to the fair. Said our staffing levels are consistent with past years. Said security cameras stream live to the state's police fairgrounds headquarters to help troopers watch large crowds. Said there will be signs to indicate certain areas are being filmed. Said, I think most people know what surveillance cameras look like, and if they see one hanging on a pole, it's a good indication that we are monitoring that area. And of course, they like how they, it has nothing to do with manpower. Oh, they got enough police Got enough police out there. And it says, Farragut, like this, the slaves are pleased. Farragotters are pleased that the troopers are out in force once again. Said Tom Noonan of Springfield was in Carnival area with his 2 sons yesterday and said he hasn't felt unsafe yet. I've been coming here since I was very small, he said. It keeps changing, but there's a lot of police, and I feel safe out there, right? And of course, that's the that's like the unfounded claim that more police equals more safety, which it's just an illusion of safety. It really does not make you safe. They don't really prevent crimes. They don't, after the crime is committed, they don't really investigate and bring your property that's been damaged or stolen back to you. They are there to enforce political law. So that's it. Facebook unveils service that lets users share their locations. This is from August 19th, 2010 from Bloomberg. Facebook Incorporated introduced a service that makes it easier for users to share their whereabouts with other people, making a deeper push into a fast-growing market pioneered by Foursquare Labs Incorporated. No, it's pioneered by the CIA, okay? Just check out that video on MySpace, or on YouTube. It's got a lot of views, and it basically tells you where Facebook came from. Yes, it was created originally by those college students, but it was developed by the CIA, NSA, and all the other front corporations for them, and DARPA. Services that help web users share their whereabouts and find nearby friends could generate as much as $4.1 billion in annual ad sales. It's a good little fascist system we got here, and of course, this is all to collect data from the slaves. And I keep repeating this because they're tracking you, and now you voluntarily give up your information. And this is, of course, the best system ever is when your slaves voluntarily tell the parents, the elites, and the government where they're going. Oh, I'm going here, I'm going there, okay. Well, if I do anything wrong, which I could be doing, like a 1984 type doublethink, I could be doing something wrong. I have nothing to hide. You can come find me. This is just another article covering at Facebook Places, social network ads, location check-ins. Facebook has launched Facebook Places, a new tool which allows members to automatically share the location with each other. And they will, because they're used to it. They've been conditioned, they're born into this, and this is exactly what they like. They love it. This is iris scanners create the most secure city in the world. Welcome, Big Brother. And I just covered a Press TV article with Korean and Irish ambassadors meeting in Iran, and they talked about ushering in a new world order. And so this is all part of it, I guess. We've all seen and obsessively referenced Minority Report, Steven Spielberg's adaptation of Philip Dick's dystopian future where the public is tracked everywhere they go, from shopping malls to work to mass transit to the privacy of their own homes. The technology is here. I've seen it myself. It's seen me too. Scan my irises. And I'm running out of time, and I got a couple more articles, so I'm just going to read one more paragraph here. Biometrics R&D, research and development firm Global Rainmakers Inc. announced today that it's rolling out its iris scanning technology to create what it calls the most secure city in the world. In a partnership with León, one of the largest cities in Mexico, with a population of more than 1 million, or more than 1 million, same thing, GRI will fill the city with eye scanners that will help law enforcement revolutionize the way we live, not to mention marketers. And it says, in the future, whether it's entering your home, opening your car, entering your workplace, getting a pharmacy prescription filled, or having your medical records pulled up, everything will come off that unique key that is in your iris. Wow, said Jeff Carter, CDO of Global Rainmakers. Please check out the link posted for that article. This is called Young Will Have to Change Names to Escape Cyberpass, warns Google Eric Schmidt. The private lives of young people are now so well documented on the internet that many will have to change their names on reaching adulthood, Google CEO claimed. Please read this. It's just so sad. This is USN's webcam probe. No charges after that whole laptop thing in Pennsylvania where a student brought a laptop home from his school. The camera kicked on, and then he was arrested for taking drugs, which ended up being candy, Mike and Ike's. And I guess it was shot down because there was no proof of criminal intent. So everything's all good, sets the precedence. And bring those cameras back into the bathrooms, guys. And lastly, what we all already know, U.S. government proves ISPs lie about bandwidth. And when the FCC looked at it in 2009, they basically found that consumers appeared to lag advertised speeds by roughly 50%. Thank you for joining me, everyone.